Hello, dear children. Welcome to the class. In today's session, we are going to learn about the meaning of motivation, the process of motivation. Motivation is one of the important elements of directing. Let me acknowledge that the content of this presentation has been taken from NCERT. Many thanks to the publisher. To begin with, let's understand what do we mean by motivation. Motivation means incitement or inducement to act or move. See, the keywords are incitement or inducement to act or move. In business context, it means the process of making subordinate to act in a desired manner to achieve certain organizational goals. I'll repeat, in business context, it means the process of, it's a process of making subordinate to act. How? In a desired manner. Why? To achieve certain organizational goals. So basically, in motivation, we induce the subordinate to act in a desired manner. The manager induces the subordinate to act in a desired manner to achieve certain organizational goals. Now, motivation has come from the word motive. What does motive mean? Motive is an inner state. It is an inner state that energizes, activates, or moves and directs behavior towards goals. Motives arises out of needs of the individual, and realization of a motive causes restlessness in the individual, which prompts some action to reduce such restlessness. देखिए बेटा, कोई मोटिव होता है आप लोग के पास, तो yes, you start feeling uncomfortable. Why? Because you are not having that thing. You are not having that position or that thing. So that results into some kind of a restlessness in your mind. And then this restlessness, it is going to energize you, activate you, or direct your behavior towards the achievement of the goals. And once the motive is achieved, your restlessness is no more. Your mind is calm. And then again, the individual moves to strive for or for getting the next motive. So motivation is a process of stimulating people to action to accomplish desired goals. So basically in motivation, it's not a name of a person, place, or a thing. It's motivation is a process. Now what happens in this process? People get stimulation. Why do they get the stimulation? To act in a desired manner in order to achieve a desired goal. Another term is motivator. Now, motivator is the technique used to motivate people in the organization. Motivator, they are the techniques, right? Motivators are the techniques used to motivate people in the organization. Managers use diverse motivators, like some subordinates or people or employees get motivated by increase in their pay package. Some may be motivated by the bonus. Some may be motivated by promotion. Some may be motivated by recognition, praise, addition to the responsibility, etc. in the organization to influence people to contribute their best. So motivators, they are the techniques, and the techniques which act as a motivator for any employee in an organization could be increase in pay package, your bonus, promotion, recognition, praise, and addition in the responsibility of that individual. I hope that the meaning of motivation, motive, and motivator is clear to everyone. So let's come and discuss the definition of motivation. Motivation refers to the way in which urges, drives, desires, aspirations, strivings, or needs direct, control, and explain the behavior of human being. So basically, motivation refers to the way in which the drives, the desires of an individual, they control an individual and explains the behavior of that individual, of that human being, that how are they acting or striving hard to achieve their needs. Motivation, the next definition is given by Dubin. Motivation is the complex forces starting and keeping a person at work in an organization. Basically, मोटिवेशन क्या है, एक फोर्स है, और ये फोर्स क्या क्या कैसे हेल्पफुल होता है, ये हेल्पफुल होता है इन स्टार्टिंग एंड कीपिंग द पर्सन एट वर्क. काम शुरू करवाता है किसी इंडिविजुअल से, एंड दैट इंडिविजुअल कीप्स ऑन वर्किंग if he is motivated, if motivation is there. So motivation is something which moves the person to action and continues him in the course of action already initiated. Fine. काम शुरू करवाना और वो काम कंटिन्यूली होता जाए, that individual continually performs that task which he has initiated. This is only being done if he is motivated, and this is being done through motivation. The next definition is given by Fred Luthans. He says that motivation is a process which begins with a physiological or psychological need or deficiency which triggers behavior or a drive that is aimed at a goal or incentive. Basically बेटा motivation क्या है? Motivation कोई भी आपकी एक unsatisfied need है, कोई भी deficiency, कोई भी आपकी physiological needs are your need of food, clothes, shelter. Fine. Psychological need is that you need a sense of belongingness, or you need to have your increase in your status, you need promotion. So motivation as a process begins with some need which is unfulfilled, and that unfulfilled need triggers the behavior of an individual or a drive that is aimed at a goal or incentive. तो आपकी वो जो unfulfilled need है वो trigger कर देती है to behave or to work in a desired manner. The individual starts working or behaving in the desired manner in order to achieve the organizational goal, and the ultimate objective is achieved. Now let's discuss the features of motivation. Motivation is an internal feeling. The urge, drives, desires, aspirations, striving, or needs of human being, which are internal, they influence the human behavior. So the first feature of motivation is that it's an internal feeling. Okay? Nobody else is going to come and motivate you. It's basically an internal feeling. The urges, the drives, the desires, the aspiration, or the needs of the human beings, which are internal, and these needs, unfulfilled needs, influence the human behavior. Motivation produces goal directed behavior. Fine. बेटा हम जो भी ultimate objective को achieve करना चाहते हैं, sometimes you must have seen that suppose I want to get promotion in an organization. Fine. So my boss says, or the manager says, okay, fine, you will be promoted if you are able to achieve the sales target of these many units. So basically, obviously, I will be motivated to perform that task. Reason being that if I'm going to achieve the sale target, then the manager is going to promote me. So motivation produces a goal directed behavior. There are two types of motivation: positive and negative motivation. Motivation can be either positive or negative. Positive motivation provides positive rewards like increase in pay, promotion, recognition, whereas negative motivation uses negative means like punishment, stopping increment, or threatening. For example, if you are not going to perform the task, or if you are unable to achieve the target, then you will your increments will be stopped, you will be promoted to some remote areas, so that is a threatening. So this is a way of negative motivation, and the ultimate objective of positive and negative motivation is to get the work done, from the employees. Motivation is a complex process as individuals are heterogeneous. Heterogeneous means that they are not same, they are different in their expectations, perceptions, and reactions. Now, few individuals may be motivated by increase in their pay package. Others may want increase in their status, they want promotion. There may be others who want that their responsibilities should be increased. They should be given more autonomy in the organization to take their decisions on their own. So there are different perceptions, different reactions, and different expectations of each individual. So that is why it is being said, this is one of the feature of motivation, that it's a complex process as individuals are heterogeneous, means different. Now, this is the motivation process chart here in front of your screen. Now, the motivation process begins with an unsatisfied need. Fine, unsatisfied need is there. For example, let's take an example that I'm very hungry. Fine, so I need food. Fine, so that is my unsatisfied need. So when I'm hungry, that hunger is going to create a tension in my mind. Fine, that hunger is going to create a tension in my mind, and then that is going to drive, that hunger is going to drive me or initiate the action for the search behavior. So the next step of the motivation process is search behavior after your drives. Now the search behavior will be that I will be starting searching for food which is going to fill my stomach, right? जिससे मेरा पेट भर जाए, जिससे मेरी जो भूख है वो शांत हो जाए. So I'm going to do search behavior. I'm going to search food, right? And once I'll consume the food after the search behavior, when I'll find the food as per my desire, I'll consume that food, my need will get satisfied. My need will get satisfied, my hunger will be satisfied, and then the tension which was created in my mind because of that unsatisfied need will be relieved and it will get reduced. So the whole motivation process is summed up in the form of a flow chart. First is your unsatisfied need. That is going to create a tension in the mind. That this tension is going to result into the drive, ultimately resulting into search behavior. The need is satisfied. Once the need is satisfied, the tension gets reduced or relieved. And once the need is satisfied, that is no more is going to act as a motivator. अगर आपकी कोई नीड सेटिस्फाई हो गई है बेटा, तो वो कभी भी फ्यूचर में आपको एज अ मोटिवेटर एक्ट नहीं करेगी. I hope that the motivation process is clear to everyone. Now let's start the next topic, that is importance of motivation. Now, by this time, after discussing the motivation process, see, it's very well clear that motivation helps to improve the performance level of the employees as well as organization. Because when the employee feel motivated, they will give their best work up of their full potential, and this is going to increase the efficiency of the employee. The performance level, their performance level will increase, and ultimately both will be benefited, employees and the organization. So first point of importance is helps to improve the performance level, both of the employees and the organization. The second point of importance is motivation helps to change the negative or indifferent attitude of employee to positive attitude so as to achieve the organizational goal. So the second point of importance of motivation, the keywords are help in changing negative or indifferent attitude to positive attitude. First was helps to improve the performance level. Second is helps in changing of negative or indifferent attitude to the positive attitude. Third, reduces employee turnover. The motivation helps to reduce employee turnover and thereby saves the cost of new recruitment and training. एम्प्लॉय टर्नओवर का मतलब होता है बेटा कि एम्प्लॉय आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को छोड़ के जाते हैं बार बार, लेकिन अगर वो मोटिवेटेड होती है हमारी वर्कफोर्स, तो the employee turnover of such organizations will be less, it will be low. So therefore motivation helps in reducing the employee turnover. So first point of importance was helps to improve the performance level of the employees and as well as the organization, helps to change the negative or indifferent attitude of the employee towards the positive attitude. Third was it helps to reduce the employee turnover and thus it saves the cost of new recruitment and training. Motivation also helps to reduce the absenteeism. See, absenteeism in the organization gets reduced. Some important reasons for absenteeism are bad working conditions, inadequate rewards, lack of recognition, poor relations with supervisors and colleagues, etc. Through a sound motivation system, all these deficiencies can be covered. तो अगर आपकी वर्कफोर्स मोटिवेटेड होती है बेटा, तो वो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में लीव्स भी कम लेती है ना, आपका काम सफर नहीं करता क्योंकि एम्प्लॉइज दे टेक लेस लीव्स, छुट्टी कम लेते हैं. फाइन. Then the fifth point of importance is that it helps, motivation helps the manager to introduce the change smoothly without much resistance from people. अगर एम्प्लॉई आपके मोटिवेटेड हैं, आपके कॉन्फिडेंस में हैं, so if some changes are being taking place in the external environment of the business, managers will be able to introduce those changes very smoothly. So let's recapitulate the 5 points of importance. First, helps to improve the performance level of the employees. Second, helps to change the positive or indifferent attitude of the employees to positive attitude. Help to reduce the employee turnover, help to reduce the absenteeism, and lastly, helps the managers to introduce changes smoothly without much of the resistance from the employees. I hope that the importance of motivation is clear to everyone. Now let's learn the Maslow need hierarchy theory of motivation. This theory is a fundamental to understanding of motivation. Maslow was a well-known psychologist. In a classical paper published in 1943, he outlined the elements of an overall theory of motivation. He felt that within every human being, there exists a hierarchy of 5 needs. Again, I'll repeat this last line. It's very important that Maslow was of the opinion that within every human being, there exists a hierarchy of 5 needs. Hierarchy matlab कि there are 5 needs and those needs are present in every individual in a hierarchical order. Hierarchical model order का मतलब पहले एक need आएगी, वो satisfy हो जाएगी, then second need will be satisfied, then third need, so on and so forth. So there are 5 needs existing in every individual. The hierarchy of 5 needs are: first need is your basic physiological need. These needs are most basic in the hierarchy and corresponds to primary needs, and they are needs of your hunger, thirst, shelter, sleep, sex are some examples of these needs. And in the organizational context, how these needs can be fulfilled. In the organizational context, these needs can be fulfilled by offering basic salary, which helps to satisfy these needs of the individual. So this is the very first basic physiological need of individual. Now next in the hierarchy is your safety or security needs. So once the individual's physiological need is satisfied, the next level need is safety or security need. These needs provide security and protection from physical and emotional harm. See, we need a secure job. We need not, we need to have a stable income. So these needs are there in order to protect the individual from physical or emotional harm. Examples are job security, stability of income, pension plan, etc. So this was the second need, safety or security need. Now next come in the hierarchy is affiliation or belonging need. The third need in the hierarchy is affiliation or belonging need. These needs refer to affection, sense of belongingness, acceptance and friendship. बेटा जब हम देखिए किसी भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन को ज्वाइन करते हैं तो सबसे पहले हमारा क्या होता है, हमारा सैलरी नेगोशिएट होता है एंड वी एंश्योर कि हम अपनी बेसिक नीड्स को सेटिस्फाई कर ले, वो हमारी फिजियोलॉजिकल नीड थी. देन आफ्टर वर्किंग इन द ऑर्गेनाइजेशन फॉर सम years, we need a secured job, right? That was safety or security need. Then the third need is your affiliation and belongingness need. That is, you need to have a sense of belongingness towards the organization. ये organization मेरी है, fine? मैं इस organization को belong करता हूँ. The people who are working in the organization, they are my colleagues. There is, your work gets accepted among your peers. You are being treated with affection, respect, fine? So if this is being done, then the third level need, that is affiliation and belonging need of the individual, is satisfied. Now the next level, next need in the hierarchical level is your, just a sec, esteem need. The next need after belonging or affiliation need is your esteem needs. These include factors such as self-respect. Your self-esteem means your status. These include the factors such as self-respect, autonomy status, recognition, and attention. Yes. Now, this is the fourth level need. Now, again, after working, see, you are getting a good pay package. You are safe. Your job is secured. You are getting recognition among the peer. There is a sense of belongingness. Yes. So now the next higher level need is your esteem need. Now you need promotion. There should be increase in your status along with the pay package. So your fourth level need is esteem need, and these needs include factors such as self-respect, autonomy, status, recognition, and attention. And the last need in the hierarchical level is your self-actualization need. It is the highest level of need in the hierarchy, and it refers to a drive to become what one is capable of becoming. It is the highest level need. See, this is why it is termed as a highest level need, because an individual has come to that status at which he is capable of becoming. These needs include growth, self-fulfillment, and achievement of goals. Fine. बेटा ये जो highest level need होती है, इसमें individual जितना अपना maximum potential है ना, वो अपने उस maximum potential को achieve करना चाहता है. Now this is the diagram which is showing Maslow need hierarchy theory. The 5 needs of the individual stated in the hierarchical order. You can see that the basic physiological needs, they are the lowest level need, and in individual context, these needs related to your hunger, food, clothes, shelter, etc. And in the organizational setup, this need can be satisfied with a basic pay or salary. Now, next in the hierarchy is your safety and security need. For an individual, they require stability of income, and this can be satisfied by the organization by confirming the job and giving or the pension plan to the employee. The third level need in the hierarchy is your affiliation and belongingness need. The individual need recognition among the employees, a sense of belongingness towards the organization. And organization, how can organization help in achieving this need? By maintaining such an environment in the organization which facilitate the cordial relationship with the colleagues, है ना. Organization के अंदर इस तरीके का environment create किया जाए कि जो relations हैं among the colleagues, they are harmonious. There is no communication gap, no ego clashes. Now the fourth level need is esteem need. Individual needs promotion, needs increase in their status, and this can be done in the organization by promoting the employee to the next level. The job title will get increased, like from a manager to general manager. Fine. And your last level need is self-actualization need. Self-actualization need is the highest level need of an individual. As we have discussed before, कि जितना एक इंडिविजुअल का पोटेंशियल है वो वहां तक उस पोटेंशियल तक रीच कर जाए, अपना जो गोल है, एम है, वो अचीव कर ले. So that is your self-fulfillment of the individual, and how this can be achieved. See, this is a mutual, हमने पढ़ा है ना, हमने मैनेजमेंट के जो पॉइंट ऑफ इम्पोर्टेंस थे उसके अंदर हमने पढ़ा था दैट मैनेजमेंट इट्स अ ग्रुप एक्टिविटी, इट एम्स एट अचीविंग द ग्रुप गोल्स. फाइन. तो मैनेजमेंट भी क्या करती है दैट इफ द ऑर्गेनाइजेशनल गोल्स आर अचीव्ड, then definitely the individual goals of the employees are also being achieved. Fine. So this diagram is showing the Maslow need hierarchy theory, and this theory is based on certain assumptions. The assumptions of the theory are: people's behavior is based on their needs. Satisfaction of such needs influences their behavior. Fine. कि जो एम्प्लॉयज हैं, जो इंडिविजुअल्स हैं, उनका जो बिहेवियर है उनकी नीड्स के ऊपर डिपेंड करता है, उनकी कौन सी अनसेटिस्फाइड नीड है. फाइन. That unsatisfied need can be identified by the manager and they can be offered to work hard for the organization, and ultimately organization, once the employee is contributing towards the betterment of the organization, towards achieving the organizational goal, then organization should also take care of the personal needs, unfulfilled need of their employees. People's needs are in hierarchical order. We have just seen, starting from basic needs to the other higher level needs. A satisfied need can no longer motivate a person. आपकी अगर एक नीड सेटिस्फाई हो गई है तो वो एज अ मोटिवेटर मैनेजर यूज नहीं कर सकता. Only the next higher level need can motivate him. I hope the meaning, importance, features of motivation is clear to everyone, and the very important topic which we have taken today, Maslow need hierarchy theory. Whenever a question comes on this theory, you have to write the complete theory along with the assumptions which we have discussed just right now. That's all for today from my side. Hope all of you have enjoyed the learning today. Thank you very much.